in there, pal, yeah? Wasn't sure if you're allowed down at first.
Yeah, you're alright, mate.
Cheers, buddy. So as you saw there, they had a marshal at the top of the lane to control the amount of people coming down here. Can you guess where I am? I'm back at Dovestones, and as the title suggests, I'm chasing waterfalls. See, I've come to Dovestones many times over the years, and in all the times I've been here, I never knew there was a waterfall here, a greenfield waterfall, until last week. So I've decided I'm going to come and find the waterfall. The reason I never knew was because it's right up at the top reservoir. Bear in mind there's 4 reservoirs here. First of all, I need to find somewhere to park and then we'll get sorted. So join me as we go chasing waterfalls on another Jungles Travels. I have no idea where I'm going. Time expires 23:45. Hey! Right, I've got my ticket, so I'll pop that in the window. As you can see, I've picked a very windy day. Right, have I got everything? I think I have. So, let's go and see if we can find this waterfall. And I've also got a nice bit of equipment to try out as well. A new piece of equipment. So, let's go looking. Join me. I'm gonna wrap up warm though. Zip fastened. So yeah, I've been here to Dovestones before, as you know, but I've never actually seen the waterfall because I didn't know it was here. But let's go and have a look at it, see what we can find. Hopefully, it should be quite impressive. We've had quite a lot of rain in the last few days, so it should be flowing quite nicely. Fingers crossed. Right, let's go. Hell, I don't know if I'm going to make it. I wasn't expecting blizzards. So where we're heading is right through the gully over there. If we get that far. Let's go and see. Never seen it like this. I don't even know if you can hear me or not. Wow. So, as I said, I'm going looking for a waterfall. If I get there. I don't know if I will yet. There was actually another place I want to see up on the top up there, but I ain't going up there today. Wow. So what do you reckon? Am I being stupid? Shall I just call it quits before I start? Let's see how far we get anyway. But yeah, basically up on the top up there, there's actually an old hunting coat, which again I didn't know was there until last week. So it would be nice to go up there as well, but not in this weather. Now, as you saw from the car park, it's still very busy here, but I think a lot of people will disappear now because the weather being like this. A lot of people have changed their mind. Wow. Oh, it's so windy over there. It's a bit calmer here for some reason. But beautiful, isn't it? He said. It's like having gravel thrown in your eye. The wind's hitting it that hard. Right, let's crack on. As I said, I'm chasing waterfalls. But not that one. The one I want is much bigger and more natural. Still, very nice. So this here is actually sort of life for life forests. Plant a tree for life thing. Tree for life, that's what it is, tree for life. Not life for life. So yes, basically it's tree for life forest. Like 700 trees have been planted here now. Not bad going, is it? And this to the side of me is actually the yachting club. So they do yachting on the reservoir. Not in days like today though. So there's another waterfall, but that's not the waterfall I'm after either. And there's two guys on mountain bikes up there, I don't know if you can see them. Mental. So I suppose I should explain a bit about where I'm headed. So basically there's 4 reservoirs here. You've got Dovestone, which at the time of its construction I think was the highest reservoir in the country. And then up through the valley up there you've got Chew Reservoir, and then round the corner here through the other valley you've got OHUHU and Greenfield. And the waterfall is off Greenfield Reservoir. So basically the reservoir was where Greenfield Brook and Chew Brook met together. It was a convergence point. That's what created Dovestone Reservoir. Bit of history for you there. At the time when OHUHU and Greenfield Reservoir were created, Dovestone didn't exist. And when they created Hay Reservoir, the mill owners were against it. They were opposed to it because they thought it would take water from the streams that was powering the mills. So they actually built a half-a-mile tunnel going through the hill across there. Where that waterfall is over there, that's the tunnel and exit point. And it runs in half a mile, or 2/3 of a mile I think actually, straight through the hill, which at the time cost £60,000, which is probably a few £100,000 now. But when they were actually digging the tunnel, halfway through they hit a spring, and they reckon it's so windy. Yeah, so halfway through they hit a spring. The amount of water that came off the spring actually paid for the construction of the tunnel, they reckoned, because it was producing so much drinking water. It was a natural spring that they hit. So we're heading through that valley over there. As you can see, I'm sat on some beautiful old stone steps. Now these aren't here purely by chance. These are all that remains of Ashford Way House. So, as you can see from the image behind me, there used to be a stunning neo-Gothic manor house which belonged to Platt Brothers, famous for textiles around the area. Now, the house was, I think it was John Platt. Unfortunately, on a hunting expedition up on the moors when they were grouse hunting or whatever it was, John's brother, who at the time was the MP for Oldham, was involved in a hunting accident where the mayor of Oldham, I think he stumbled and his gun went off and shot John's brother, and unfortunately he died. And ever since then the Platt brothers abandoned the place. So his brother died up on the hill up there. There's actually a memorial cross up there, which I'm not going to get to today, but I will do one day. And they never returned here. I think the grief of it was too much. John Platt never came back, so the house fell into disrepair. And unfortunately it was demolished by the council in 1981. And this is all that remains. It was, I'll show you some images, it was absolutely stunning. But yeah, all that's left of it now is just a picnic site. But when you see the pictures, you'll see how beautiful it was. So there you go, Ashford Way House. So, you can either go through the valley up there, there's a nice big waterfall, we'll go up there and have a quick look at that, and then we'll sweep round the valley and have a look at, find this Greenfield waterfall. Let's go. How amazing does that look? So these actually still, there's actually images of this when the water comes cascading down when there's a massive flood. I mean, it looks pretty freaking epic. It's actually looking epic now, but I'll drop you some images of when it was in full flood. It blows you away. Probably sweep you away, that's for sure. Anyway, we're going to go around that way now. So round to OHUHU Reservoir next. So just across there, where these people are heading now, that's OHUHU Reservoir. So that's Dovestone, and that's OHUHU. So let's head over to OHUHU. Incidentally, where that waterfall is up there, I could have actually gone round that way and over the hill to get to Greenfield Waterfall, I believe. But then I missed out OHUHU and Greenfield Reservoir. So we'll just go this way and see what happens. So basically there's two paths. You can either go the tidy path or the scenic path. We'll take the scenic path. Ooh. It's very hilly. There is actually another waterfall there where them people are walking, but that's not the one I want either. Let's crack on. This here is Greenfield Brook, which feeds OHUHU Reservoir. Also feeds Greenfield Reservoir, which is the next one we're going to. Interesting fact, in about 1912, some bloke, what's his name? Holcroft, no, Horsfall. Harold Horsfall, there you go. He, don't know what he was doing up here, but he found a gold ring. Nothing interesting about that. Well, quite good. Apart from the fact the ring was a 1,000-year-old Viking ring, which is now in the British Museum. So check it out. So there's actually been Vikings walking through here. One of them lost his ring. So who knows? There may be more Viking treasure around these hills. You never know. I thought it was quite cool, that. I've actually got the metal detector in the bag, and if I get a chance I'll do a bit of detecting to see if I can find anything, but if not, there you go. Another interesting fact for you. So let's crack on up to this one here, and then the waterfall should be around the corner. There's another waterfall. Not the one I want though, that's a slipway. Shows you how much water's in the hills though today, doesn't it? So we're going to head up this path up here, I think. Looks like the storm's coming in again. So there is quite a bit coming down, but not as much as there has been when you look how wide it is. So this is Greenfield Reservoir. As you can see, it's a bit choppy up here. Got the wind sweeping right around the valley. But if you are going to come to Dovestones, that's pretty cool, isn't it? If you are going to come to Dovestones, I recommend walking up to this one because it's a lot quieter. The main one, Dovestone Reservoir, always hammered, loads of people. Not many people come this far up. So if it's a quieter walk you're after, head up this way. But how amazing does all that look? It's worth it coming up just for the view. Awesome. So, if I'm not mistaken, should be through that gully there, the waterfall. Never actually been up here before. Let's go and check it out. There's actually a bit of a waterfall coming down up there as well. Just so you can see where we are. And I bet in really bad weather that'll be amazing. And that feeds down here. Basically, when you look at this place on maps, there's literally loads of brooks and streams all over the moors. All seem to converge into this area. It's amazing. So if you go over the hills that way, that takes you over to Glossop and Hadfield that way. And then over that way takes you over to Diggle, Marsden. So if you wanted to, you could do a lot of walking. There's another waterfall there. I've only got a few hours today, but during summer I could actually come here at like 6 in the morning and just go all over the hills, which I might do one day. It's actually even a good spot for camping out as well. So nice big car park, plenty of space, toilet block there as well. Awesome. Yeah, let's crack on. Now then, if anybody ever tells you Greenfield doesn't have a beach, they're lying. It's there, next to the brook. Greenfield Beach, crowded with 2 people. Perfect spot to chill in the summer. Bring your bucket and spade. That road there, that's the road that takes you over to Holmfirth. If you can hear them bangs in the background, that's over the other side of the hill in Diggle. Shotguns, clay pigeon shooting. Been going off all afternoon. Little notice there, private land, no camping. I wouldn't chance it, otherwise you might be hearing more shotguns. There's another waterfall, but again, it's not the one we're looking for. That's nice though, isn't it? You see little floodgates there. Beautiful. Nice bit of Victorian engineering for you. Another little waterfall up there. Basically there's just loads of waterfalls everywhere. So I think this must be the original Greenfield Brook. I don't think this has changed any over the years. And as you can see, it's just starting to snow again. Just getting some snow on my glove. I'm not actually sure what that's from. It looks like an old stone trough. If anybody knows what it is or what its purpose is, drop a comment, let me know. Very nice. Yeah, if you know what it is, let me know. I have no idea. Actually sure if all these are the waterfalls or not, or if there's a big one somewhere. I'm sure there's a big one. I don't know. I'll head up there and see what's up there. But if not, I think this is what they call the waterfalls. Either way, I'm still impressed. You don't have to have massive waterfalls, do you? It's just nice. And up there you can see all the rocks and everything, which a lot of people do climbing. I've just actually seen a lot of people walking along the top. So yeah, pretty impressive. Right, I think that's the waterfall there. And up there, where you see those two people hopping down. Oh, there you go. And all the way up. Pretty amazing. Then you've got another one all the way up there. So the question is, do we go left or do we go right? Not sure. I'll have a look at the left one and then we'll go have a look at the right one. Ever wonder where them party balloons end up when they fly away? Now you know. Odd place to find one. So I'll have a wander up there, and then when those two disappeared, we'll have a wander up that one. Well, I'm saying we'll have a wander up there. I don't actually know if we can. Right, well, I was going to take a walk up there, but you got the ladders there which take you down to that part, and then there's no way around over there. Shame there's not a set of ladders there to go over it. I think actually you might just cross that way and go that way up. But anyway, you've seen that one. Let's go for a walk up that one instead. So there was an impressive waterfall after all. Oh, there is an impressive waterfall after all. That's quite impressive, isn't it? Awesome. Now, before we go up the waterfall, which some somebody else is coming down. Let me show you something. That there is the mouth of the that's the mouth of the tunnel I mentioned, that the mill owners were mourning that if they built the dams, if they dammed up the river, they wouldn't have any power to the mills. So that's the start of the tunnel. It goes for half a mile in a straight line straight through the hill. Now you can actually walk through it on a fine day, but for God's sake don't do it. In 1991 there was a kid swept away down it who died and lost his life through messing about in there. So for God's sake, even though it looks inviting and you want to go exploring, it's not worth it really, because all it takes is a flash flood coming down here. You see the power of the water here. You can go from a trickle to a massive big gush in minutes and you wouldn't even know, and you just get swept away in it. So it's just not worth it. I admire it from the inside, from the outside, but I don't even know why they haven't gated it, to be honest. It should be gated. So there you go. So again, don't mess about near reservoirs. See, look at the power coming off there. Imagine that sweeping you down there. It's not worth it. Saying at the beginning, I've got some new equipment in my bag I wanted to try, and I've got a little camping stove, but it burns twigs and wood and leaves and stuff like that. Now, normally if it was summertime I wouldn't light a fire here, or try to light a fire, but I'm not lighting the fire as such. I'm doing it in a self-contained pot, and the ground is absolutely wet through. So I don't think there'll be a problem with it. Sorry about that, my battery ran out. So yeah, I've got one of these OHUHU camping stove. Amazon, 15 quid, it's not bad. So basically, you have the little tray for putting the wood in. That sits in there, and then that, there you go, and then that sits on top, like that. Then we drop some twigs in, and have a little grill that goes on top. So we'll have a go with it just about here, where it's nice and damp, so that there's no chance of me setting fire to anything. And nobody can whinge then, can they? So you get a little top to go on it, and that's for popping your cooking pot on. It also has an application for using solid fuel, like a firelighter kind of thing, which is supposed to be quite good actually. I meant to buy some and try them, but I haven't got any. And then you also get a nice little thick net to put it away in. You also get a little barbecue grill, in case you wanted to cook a burger on it or a sausage or something. Right now, I just want to do a pan of water. So I brought some bits of wood and cardboard just in case, some twigs. So let's give it a go, see if we can get it going. There's been mixed reviews, but rather than listening to other people's reviews, I like to test things myself. It's like watching a movie. You might look at a movie and it's got 5 stars, watch it and think, that was a lot of crap. Then watch another movie that's only got 2 stars or 3 stars and think, oh, pretty good that. Make your own mind up on stuff. Right. So I kept the cardboard in a plastic bag. I'll be highly surprised if I can light this. It's that windy. This might take a while. I'll get back to you when I've got it going. Right, we've got a little bit of a flame going, so we'll see if we can get a pan of water boiling. Now, to be fair, I could probably use the water off the waterfall. It's natural spring water, isn't it? Full good minerals, actually. That's what we used to drink, isn't it? I'm not going to be too ambitious. I've got a nice little cup going. Let's see how long it takes to boil. Right. So far, it's not going too bad, is it? Brought some coffee with me. That's usually about one measure. So yeah, it's the OHUHU camping stove. Obviously during summertime you can use pine cones, leaves, dried twigs. So basically you just carry it with you, you can use whatever you find. You're not going to find a lot around here, there is some trees there, isn't there, but it's too wet, that's why I brought some with me. And as you can see, the water is starting to boil. You see all the little bubbles at the bottom? So that's getting quite hot, that. That's good. It does take about 5 minutes to boil a pan of water. I'm sticking my finger in to see if it's hot, but my fingers are bloody freezing, so I don't actually know whether it's working or not. To be fair, I'm going to have a lot of ash in my coffee here. That adds to the flavour. So I was going to do, I've got a couple of eggs and a bag of rice. I was going to do some egg fried rice, kind of. But I'm going to leave that, I think, and just stick with the brew and then head back. But I've done what I wanted to do. Greenfield Waterfall. Never seen it before. Definitely be coming back again, especially in summer. In summer, I'll probably try stacking all the way up it, which a few people have done, but it is very slippy on these rocks. And when you've got a backpack on and a load of stuff and trying to hold the camera and everything, it's not always the best. So, I'm going to make me coffee and then head back to the van, I think. So just a quick one this time, another place for you to come and visit during lockdown. Greenfield. So come and check out Greenfield Waterfall. Right. I reckon that's about as good as I'm getting. Not too bad. Yeah, that'll do. Right, I'm not going to do any cooking because, like I said, it's going to take too long. So what I'm going to do, use my pan, a bit of water, put my fire out. Make sure your fire is always out. There's been enough fires on these moors as it is. It's not too bad. That is really hot stuff. Ah, shit, that is hot. I don't know why I thought it wouldn't be, but yeah. Right. Like I say, there's your tray bit. So you can see all the ash here, that's not bad. That's it, that's all my ashes. Make sure it's all nicely out. No chance of that. Put that in there. That just cools that down. That cools that down. So like I say, that is your tray for underneath. So that'll just slot back in there now. Like that. Wait, is it that way? No, it's that way. That bit will go in there. That bit, then fold back in. And then, oh, that can go back in the bag. That does it upside down actually. Right, so there we go. That just tucks away nicely in there. Ready for next time. Got everything packed away again. Got my coffee. Make sure all my ashes are out. Right, time to head back to the van. So as I'm wandering along, I've realised there's a few things I've not told you about Dovestones that I found out. One being, there's 4 plane crashes up here from the 1940s, wartime. One of them was actually up there. Now up there somewhere there's a coat, a hunting coat, carved into the rock, or the remains of one, which is what I wanted to go and see. But I'm not going to get a chance today, so we'll do that next time. But there's also, not far from that, there's a plane crash site, but there's about 4 dotted about the hills. Also in the forest across there, there's what's left of the Bill Jack's pub. Now Bill Jack's was famous. Well, I'll say famous, it's kind of wrong saying famous, but the 2 guys who owned it, it was a famous murder case. So the story goes that the old man and his son run the pub, Bill Jack's. I think it was Bill and Jack. I think that's why it's called Bill Jack's. I'm not actually sure what the pub was called, but all that's left there is a cellar now. And then one night, the sun was going down into Greenfield. Which, as you can imagine, it was like, I think it was back in the 1960s. The sun was going down into Greenfield, and he passed 3 lads walking up, going over the tops of the Holmfirth Road, and he was a bit, you know when you get that thing at the back of your mind saying something not right here. He was with his friend when he passed them. I think one of them tried asking him for a fag or something. Anyway, he thought about his dad being alone in the pub, so he said to his mate, I'm going to go back and check on my dad, something doesn't seem right. And that was the last his mate saw of him. They went to the pub the next morning and found both him and his dad covered in knife wounds. They were actually both still alive as well, but they died on the operating table, or basically died when the medics were there, the doctors were called for. Might not have been 1960, I'll try and get an exact date for you and put a link in. But yeah, the Bill Jack's murders. And all that's left now is the basement of the pub, somewhere in the middle of the clearing in the trees. Never actually been there, so that might be something else that I might pay a visit to. Something else for you to find as well, if you're looking. Imagine a pub just stuck in the middle of there. Right, Oh, there you go, guys. That was Greenfield Waterfall. Hope you liked it. I did. Definitely come back again. But I'm going to leave you there. I'm going to enjoy a nice peaceful walk back to the van now. But thank you for watching. Hope you've all enjoyed it. If you get the chance, come and visit. Beautiful, isn't it? Yeah. Right. Thanks for watching. Have the Oskies. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.